What do we know on these horses, Andrew?
So 17 horses have died, been euthanized, actually, or I don't know that they were all euthanized, but at least 17 have been killed in the course of the racetrack. Since the New York State Gaming Association has started keeping track, that's the highest number
highest
on record.
ever. What's to prevent these horses from looking at the eclipse?
I don't know.
Because that would be terrible.
Then
they'd become blind or something. On the line right now is Kim Strong from Lainey's Army. Kim, this is alarming for you, right?
This is alarming for a lot of people.
Yeah. So what do you
including horsemen themselves.
What's the reason? Do we have any idea on what's causing the high rate?
Well, if you go to the Gaming Statistics Board, which is a public website, you can get the information. Some were done during, some of the injuries occurred during racing. Some were done during, morning training. Different horses have died for different reasons. But here's the issue. There are so many problems with horse racing right now, and the people who regulate it, like NYRA, the New York State Racing Association, the same vets that work for NYRA are the ones that do the investigating. So there's an incredible lack of transparency. There is an accepted practice of cheating with a horseman, and that's actually based on themselves.
What do we mean cheating? How do you cheat?
Doping.
Oh, okay.
Using electroshock therapy.
Well,
there's very few regulations for that.
Electroshock therapy isn't cheating, though, isn't it?
Here's the thing. You can use it, and it acts as an analgesic for the area which it's used. And there is no test for it, so it's kind of an honor system among a notoriously, it's corrupt, but...
Well, there's a lot of money on the line here, we're talking.
There's a lot of money on the line. Yeah. The racinos have upped that dramatically. There's a lot of buying and selling of horses in incredible amounts going back and forth. And what the electroshock therapy does is it can hide an injury and make the horse look like it's ready to run. And it's not. It's just hiding the injury.
Well,
and there's no regulations and there's no test for it.
Okay.
They're looking at tests for it because, measuring the lipid levels in the blood, but there isn't.
So there's a lot of money that rides on this, a very lot of money that rides on these. So
huge money, billions.
So,
and, in 2012, Governor Cuomo issued a commission or got a commission going for the abuses in racing. Mm-hmm. And this was because of what happened to Aqueduct, or problems that were happening at Aqueduct.
Yeah.
And they found, the government, New York State government, which we know how these investigations go, that there is a huge lack of transparency. Necropsies were not done on the animals. Urine was not drawn. There was some blood work drawn. And there was huge discrepancies between what the trainer's records claim for medical care and the vet records of actual vet care.
So do you think this has to do with the... I want to ask Andrew first. Is there anything in the news that is stating why they believe this is happening at a high rate? And are Saratoga's high numbers similar to any other racetrack around the country?
Well, nothing in the news, but my big question for Kim is, regardless of the reason of why the horses have to put down, aren't there farmers or people who raise horses that would gladly take these horses in? I know that legs are broken or things like that, but
listen,
these are beautiful horses.
40 to 80,000 horses foals are involved in racing, born every year. If every track was to shut down today, there is no place for these horses to go.
How does it work? So you have horses like for the Travers when they come in. These horses will travel to Saratoga. But otherwise, the racing that's going on during the week, when people go out there all summer long during the season, those are horses that are basically stationed there?
No, horsemen travel all the time. Batavia, Saratoga, they travel all the time. Even like Vernon Downs horses, those they move, the horses for different races at different tracks.
Okay. I didn't know
the problem is there's very little regulation. There's a culture of cheating. And here's the thing. Even if you have a great trainer and a great horseman, honest, loves their animals, treats them like the kings that they're supposed to treat them like.
Yes.
If the other horses are being doped and they believe this is happening, forces the good people to do something as well, because a doped horse and a non-doped horse aren't going to be equal.
Yep. Okay.
And when you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, you can't afford to lose that kind of money.
And this is the kind of thing that we're talking about that you see in the NFL or in baseball,
I can't believe
right?
there's no testing or penalty. I'm shocked to hear that, actually.
No. There's no testing or penalty for the electroshock wave therapy. There's not even a lot of regulations for that. It's only been around about 12 years.
Yeah.
As far as the drugs go, there are still drugs being used that they aren't testing for. And again, when these horses die, there's no necropsy being done. Yeah. They don't know what has actually happened to these horses. They're taking the trainer's word.
What do you think you can do? I mean, what are you trying to do? Are you going to? Because
it's not just me thinking. That like the chairman of the Jockey Club, he just issued a statement. They know there's problems. They know there's huge problems in racing.
All right.
The states can't handle this. There has got to be federal oversight. There has got to be a commission started that's going to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
And it can't be the NYRA vets. The people who are doing the investigating are the same people that are being investigated.
Right.
These are the same vets that are on the track going, this is okay.
Right.
This is okay. So you have to have an independent person that's not tied to the industry doing the investigation, number one. And number two, there's got to be some federal regulation. Now, there's activists out there that said racing just needs to be banned. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you have to do that. There are a lot of people that say that. I'm not one of those people because that's going to send hundreds of thousands of horses to their death.
You just would you would like to see it regulated so that
I think that the horse track, being the oldest horse track in the country, should be doing it better.
All right.
They should be setting a standard because they've been doing it longer than anybody else.
Right. All right.
They should be what we look up to.
All right.
We're going to be calling on Brindisi and Griffo and Claudia Tenney to make some changes, and not changes that are, 8 months to get a commission going, and then 2 years for an investigation, and then it's all forgotten about.
Well,
we want this done and done now.
Claudia Tenney would have to do something at the federal level, of course, and maybe
that would require her to return a phone call.
Okay, so I'll take that you're not getting return phone calls from
never.
Does she think you work with the show? Is that what's going on?
Is it because of your frequency as a guest?
She's heard you on this program. Okay,
I'm sure she has.
Really
she
quick,
won't hear me on her voicemails because she doesn't return my phone calls.
Andrew.
Well, really quickly, I think there could be an idea for a protest or something that you usually do to bring awareness.
Yes,
we're going to have you on the track.
We're going to chain you to a horse. And,
no, you know what, Kim?
We're going to electroshock therapy you, and then
the horse will ride Kim around the track. That's what it's going to be.
Wow, wouldn't that be funny?
All right.
You got to remember, I grew up in Vernon. Vernon Downs would kill me.
Yeah, you know the stuff. So, all right, Kim, interesting. Thank you so much. And let's see what comes out of that. Obviously, this is alarming. I mean, it's the highest number in the history that it's been recorded at the track. So, okay. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, guys.
Kim Strong from Lainey's Army. I'm not sure which of those I would rather see. But you remember, she chained herself for the purpose of showing what it's like to chain a dog outside in the cold weather. During, sub-zero temperatures, last year chained herself to a building and was outdoors.
Yeah.
So imagine if we chained her to a horse. The horse would be dragging her around the track all. It just wouldn't be good. That'd be a problem.
Remember she walked to Albany, right? With a chain.
To Albany with a chain wrapped around her and all of that. It's been crazy stuff she's done.
She obviously feels strongly about a lot of this stuff, and she really goes out there and
her passion.
She's committed.
Her passion never dies for these animals.
1,000% in.